Now come in Congressman Michael Waltz, Republican from Florida. Congressman, does it look like this is going to turn into a hostage situation? You've got Americans on the ground right now with a hostile Taliban.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And by the way, I think that number of just 100 is bogus and it's low. It's not counting the number of green card holders, legal permanent residents, children, and the families of these Americans that they're not going to leave behind. So I don't know how the White House is playing footsie with this number, but that is not what we are tracking. My office and other congressional offices are in regular contact with these grassroots veterans groups that have sprung up because the administration wouldn't do their job. And they are trapped right now at various airports and various border crossings around the country. But the State Department won't request the clearances for where these planes need to land, where these privately funded charter flights need to land. So they're stuck because of bureaucracy. And we've engaged at the highest levels in Congress, and we're not seeing movement.
It's partially
unbelievable.
Bureaucracy. I agree with you on that point, but I also think it's a matter of optics, right? If all of a sudden we left these people behind and we've got private contractors swooping in and bringing them out, if it is possible, if the Taliban will allow it, it makes the administration look far worse than it looks right now. I mean, so far, what they're hoping essentially is that those who are left on the ground slowly can trickle out, right, without the Taliban doing anything, because the Taliban's worried about its image. But that's only going to last so long.
Yeah, that's only going to last so long. And state and the administration should be working with these groups. This could be a public-private partnership where they have capabilities to get things done very agilely and nimbly on the ground. But instead, we're working at odds with each other, and it just shouldn't be the case. But at the end of the day, I think the administration's policy is to rely on the Taliban to get Kabul International back functional and rely on the Qataris. But look, the bombing at Kabul airport showed that we cannot rely on terrorists to screen for other terrorists. And we cannot rely on terrorists to keep Americans safe. And this notion of we have kind of moderate and good terrorists that we can work with against the bad ones is a bunch of garbage for everybody. Everybody who served there knows that is a slippery slope to disaster.
It's laughable. And I always say this, Congressman, when it comes to the Taliban and ISIS-K, supposedly they're not supposed to be on the same page. But all of a sudden, you'll see how groups unite when it comes to taking action against the United States. And that essentially is what we saw in that suicide bombing. Congressman Michael Waltz, great to see you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.